Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of SellerSPEAK. I'm Ram Jana, your Director for Global Community Outreach at SellerApp. Today we're joined by Jana Krekic on SellerSPEAK. Jana is the founder and CEO of YLT Translation, an agency which offers professional Amazon listing translations in over 5 languages. They offer translations for European marketplace and also one of the few companies which offer translations in Mexican as well as Japanese markets. Jana has 9 years experience working in online language industry. She is a foreign language business trainer, a multi-language e-commerce expert. Jana now focuses on developing areas of language integration to its full potential. Excited to have you on show, Jana.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Perfect. Jana, can you tell viewers about YLT Translations and elaborate a bit more on what you exactly do?
Yeah, of course. So we specialize in listing translations. We offer listings for European markets, but also to other worldwide markets. So when I talk about European markets, I mean the UK market, German, French, Spanish, and Italian. And we are also one of the few who offer a Japanese and Mexican market. So this is our main focus. But also we do specialize in your profit increase in that way. We help you expand to international markets. Of course, apart from listing translations, we offer all sorts of other translations. For instance, we do translation of follow-up emails, translation of popular customer Q&A templates. We do writing and translations of EBC. We offer ads translation, product and listing, package translations, and brand store translation. Also, we do keyword research in the target language, and this is really, and we offer, our translators are not only translators, they're also marketers, and they've gone through a special in-house training, which I do with all the translators. And yeah, we're fully investing in making you rave about our service levels, and we have serious attention to details.
You mentioned that you entered the Japanese as well as the Mexican market. How long was that before you started entering the market?
Well, Mexican and Japanese market we started doing about a year and a half ago. It was a really interesting marketplace because there's about like 70 million customers of that marketplace, and this market has not used its full potential, and competition is not so big over there. So basically, you don't have to place your bid so high for some amount of keywords, but people are generally afraid of that because of the alphabet, because of the different language, because of something which is absolutely unknown for the most Europeans and Western people. So people are quite afraid how the listings are going to sound, who's going to do the listings. So there are a lot of things to it, and I absolutely understand the fear, but no fear with YLT, because we've been doing this for such a long time now with a lot of sellers. We had some good results, and we are comfortable with saying that we can help you with the listing translations on those markets as well. So Japanese and Mexican. Mexican has been around for a while, and basically they use Spanish, but you have to have a certain translator which is going to use Spanish for the Latin American market, of course, not the one for the EU market, which is quite different.
Getting straight into the e-commerce discussion, you have worked with many sellers looking to expand into other markets. With your experience, what is the best way to start into international market?
Well, the best way first, of course, there are a lot of factors which you need to put together in order to start successfully. You need to have a really good product launch. You have to have a good customer service, PPC campaigns. You have to have high quality products. You have to do research of the market, because it all makes like a big pieces of puzzle that comes together. And of course, on top of that, if you want to go to, let's say, a French or German market, because German market, unlike everybody thinks, the UK market is not the biggest European market. It's actually the German market. So you need to do market research. You need to do keyword research in target language. And of course, you have to have a good listing to begin with. So if you're listing, like, let's say if you are a seller from the US or from the UK, you need to have like a good assembled listing. So you need to get your title, your bullets, product description, or EBC sorted out, because this is what we take as the basic text when we do the translations. Of course, all translations should be customized and should be done according to each market. All translators know what sort of things are going to be okay with the target audience, which are not. So you always have to pay attention for the market research. And if you're translating listings, you should get good translators that know what they're doing. A lot of people tell me like, why shouldn't I use a Fiverr, a Fiverr translator? Yes, you can, absolutely. But in a lot of cases, these Fiverr translators don't know how to do keyword research. So it's one thing to translate the text from the source to the target text. And another one is an Amazon listing translation. So we make translations because you can increase your sales, and you are doing this in order to increase your profit. And we know how sellers think and what is it actually they're looking for when they say, okay, do me a translation to make a good one. We know what they mean.
Is it necessary for international sellers to know a little bit about these traditions in the foreign market, for understanding the better prices during the holiday season and everything?
Definitely. I mean, you have to do your market research, which means that you have to know what's important for a country, what's trendy in the country. You have to follow trends. And recently, I'm sure a lot of people heard what happened to Dolce & Gabbana in China, because Dolce & Gabbana tried to place the product. They do the promotional videos, and on these videos, people were using chopsticks while eating pizza and pasta, which did not respond well in the Chinese audience. They found it really offensive because they're really sensitive about their culture. And this all resulted in a big disaster for Dolce & Gabbana, because all big Chinese e-commerces, they withdraw the merchandise sold by Dolce & Gabbana. So they're banned on the Chinese e-commerce market, which is a really, really like bad disaster, because, maybe they thought it was a good idea, and, you kind of know what they wanted to achieve with all of the promotional video, but they did not get good input from somebody maybe, who was to say like, don't mess with tradition and with culture. You cannot do that with Chinese audience.
How long does the general process take? Let's say someone gives you a listing. How long does it take to actually do the translation, get all the keyword research sorted out?
Well, usually we have a premium express service we offer, which is about 2 to 3 days turnover time per listing, depending, of course, on how long the listing is. Okay. But our regular translation time takes up to 5 days. Again, depending on the listing, because sometimes EBCs can be really long, and we offer a unique service which does not have any word limit. So it doesn't matter if you have 300 words or 1,500 words. So EBCs are also included in the listings we do.
Okay. We know that you have a good organizational system with great translators, but for listing optimization, knowledge of how keywords and backend search term, understanding how that works is also essential. How do you actually train them to translate for it to work on Amazon's A9 algorithm and push these listings up to the ranking pages?
Yeah, so at YLT Translations, we put really a considerable time and effort into recruiting a team who were top of their game at translating. And after that, we put them on our internally designed MLT course, which stands for Marketing-Led Translation, to turn the top quality translators into sales copywriters for e-commerce in their respective languages. A lot of them are coming actually from the Amazon industry. A lot of them have already had experience from e-commerce business. So we don't train them basically from scratch. It's just like something that we actually give them an upgrade to become actually Amazon premium translators.
Okay. Jana, has there been ever cases where a seller's actually made it big in the international market using your listing optimization services?
We constantly get really good reviews from our customers. They're sending good data to us, saying, okay, like now we made some sales, even after like 20 minutes of your new translations, or like after having their title optimized. So we have a really big return rate of our clients, which actually confirms that we do help you make sales. I mean, as I said, not only translations can help you do that, but if you do a good job with all other things, this is just something that adds up to all other good work you do.
Okay. Does actually a new foreign market listing have a good chance of gaining solid revenue stream? I mean, how is the competition generally like?
Well, I mean, it's really different for each market, because German market is the biggest one, and I always recommend starting with the German market, and Italian and Spanish being the smaller ones. It doesn't always mean that one product is going to be as successful on all markets. And as I said, product launch is very important. good customer service, which you should have already, developed in your, let's say, home market, maybe the UK or US. PPC campaigns also very important, and top quality product. So, one product can be successful in one market and completely unsuccessful on some other market.
So I would say that generally sellers should try and focus on one market before jumping into the other markets and trying figuring out things.
Yes, definitely. I would always suggest starting with the bigger markets, or maybe if you know that you have a winning product for, let's say, Spanish market, then go for a Spanish market. But do it, and you should kind of divide your profits and efforts and everything between the markets. But maybe focus on one, and then slowly, if you see that you're getting to be really successful, then try to go to other markets.
Okay, just to sum up the conversation, can you tell viewers 3 tips on how they can help sell better in the non-European markets? Non-English markets,
Well, when it comes to products, so basically do your keyword research, analyze your reviews, because your customers leave a lot of reviews, and there you can find some really hidden keywords which you haven't used in your listings. For instance, you can find out how your product solves somebody's problems, or maybe some other usage your product had which you had no idea about. Of course, you have to start off right. So start off with a good product launch. Make sure everything is covered. Don't leave room for some bigger failures, because it's going to take longer time for you to repair the damage that what's done on the market. And of course, get your listing translations done from day one, because you don't want to get a listing translation which is lacking keywords, because then you would not get the ranking you need, and your product will lose relevancy for some search terms which you would like to be ranked for.
What are the general challenges you actually faced when doing all these listing translations?
Well, the challenges are sometimes that people sell so random products, and then sometimes you have like this really interesting product you've never heard of, or there's like nobody selling it on Amazon, and it's really challenging to find keywords and to actually how to translate this so this audience likes it, and so for the audience to understand how it works, where it's used. So this is most challenging, but also a lot of fun to find out about various things being sold out there.
I mean, lastly, you guys have been in the market for a while, and Loyalty Translations has a reputation of being a top Amazon translation service provider. What is your roadmap for next year, and what developments are you looking at?
We're always looking to provide best possible service to our clients on the market, and to have competitive prices. So basically our goal is to keep on providing the best possible service and keep up with all the trends, to continue educating people about translations on various conferences. We're making a presentation in our next private label conference in Prague. And I would also like to invite all listeners and of SellerSPEAK to contact us on our email, which is info@loyalty-translations.com, or we have chat on our webpage. If you would like any advice about your listings, any advice on how to do them right. And we will also offer a free audit on already done listings on international markets, so we can point out to maybe some mistakes which might be done.
Perfect. That's actually awesome. I'm sure the services you provide actually add real value to Amazon sellers looking to expand in the other markets. Jana, thank you once again for coming on SellerSPEAK.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the viewers out there for joining us on today's session at SellerSPEAK. If you like this video, give a thumbs up also. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for future Q&A sessions and other great video content. Follow us on Facebook as well as Instagram. To access a 7-day free trial period, go to www.sellerapp.com. Until again,